All right, let's get to my first guest of the evening. She was last on the show back in September 2020. And look at her, less than 2 years later, she's here as a Josie Music Award nominee. Miss Jennifer Emard is with me right now. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Good to have you back on the show, and congratulations on the nomination.
Thank you. It's exciting.
So let's start the interview with that. What was your reaction when you got word that you was nominated for Josie Music Award?
Oh, it felt really good. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad. It makes me feel like I did something good this last year.
So, one thing that's fascinating about the award, Josie Music Awards, is that over 15,442 submissions. So that's all the nominees is literally 1.8% of those submissions receive a nomination. So you represent the 1.8% that was nominated for an award. And for people that may not know, Josie Music Awards is one of the most prestigious awards as it pertains to independent artists like yourself. You are in the Pop Vocalist of the Year category. So that is awesome. Let me just say that.
Yeah, it feels really good. It was, I don't expect to ever get a nomination, but when I do, I'm like, oh, it is kind of exciting.
So I believe the award show will take place in Nashville at the Grand Opry House, Nashville, October, I believe. It's around that. So
Yes.
you got plenty of time to get that dress, get ready to make that walk to the red carpet, all that stuff. So that's gonna be a fun night. So
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that it's at the Grand Ole Opry House this year. So I'm really looking forward to going.
yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about a song you put out a while back, "Memories Don't Die," or "Don't Burn." I think that was the name of the song. Talk about recording that particular track.
Yeah, that was a really fun song to record. Um, so I wrote that and wrote the music, and then I went to David Carr Jr., um, who is incredible. He's an incredible musician himself, and he's been producing all of my latest things. And so I just trust him to understand what I want. And he did such an amazing job. So um, we put it together, and I love that it feels old school to me in a good way. So it just I don't know. It was just a lot of fun, and I think that the music really went with the lyrics and really had a little bit of drive to it, had a little bit of uniqueness, and then throwing the saxophone with it too. It was a good time. I think it's fun, and I like the lyrics, and so it's been going over well.
And I do want to correct myself. The name of the song is called "Memories Don't Burn." That's the name of the
Memories
song.
don't burn. Yes, yes.
So
Yeah, it's memories don't burn because if you say bodies don't burn, it raises some red flags, and
yeah.
you're like, this one's a little personal. Maybe we should talk about this. So
So that song is available on all the platforms. So make sure you go stream it, go buy it, go purchase it, go support the singer for Jennifer. Um, so 2022 is, for I will say, getting to the midpoint. Has looked very, very good for you thus far. So as we get into the warm weather portion of the year, summer, what do you have planned for the summer as far as upcoming shows and maybe potentially new music. What's next on the horizon for this award nominee artist that I have on the phone right now?
Yeah, well, lots of shows coming up, which is exciting, and got a lot of um, songs that I'm hoping to record. I'm hoping to get a few for the end of the year. Um, David and I were working on recording one, and then I just wrote something new, and so we're kind of switching gears because we really like this new one. So we're going to switch gears, go to that one, and then circle back to the last one that we were working on. And I have some more artists that hopefully will be cutting some of the other songs I've written. So that would be really nice and really fun if that would happen too. So have some writing going on with some other people, which I normally don't do, but it's a lot of fun to write with other people. But I haven't ever recorded anything that I've co-written, so it'll be fun if I can make that happen too.
I'm glad you brought up the songwriting aspect. Obviously, when you write your own song, that's you treat it like it's your baby. You want to make sure that it's good, it feels good, that looks good. Now, when you co-write with with another person, whether it's just a songwriter or fellow artist, it definitely takes teamwork. It takes being on the same page. Obviously, having that same vision per se. It's kind of like a parental thing, using a parent's analogy there. So with that being said, what's that like putting together a song with a fellow songwriter as far as the whole process, writing the songs and so forth?
It's fun. I've done it before where somebody will come to me and say, I have a feeling that I want, or they'll tell me a story that they're wanting to interpret. And at that point in time, I'll sit down and I'll write it, and, I'll just do it that way. Or maybe I'll write something and I send it back to another writer and I'm like, hey, you want to tweak this? You want to do what you do? And I've done it that way too. Or I'll sit down and just be like, okay, let's just start completely from scratch. And that's what I like, because I think it becomes less possessive. It's like, you kind of screwed with what I did. That line that I wrote was pretty incredible, and you just kind of. So I like starting from scratch. Emotionally, it's better for me to just make something together.
I definitely can understand that as far as starting from scratch. Just because you get to go through the whole process. Obviously, I know a lot of people go through the writer's block. Just trying to get the words out here and there, and it takes time, obviously. And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people appreciate the music in general, but people don't understand the whole process of putting a song together. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of cohesiveness. It just takes a lot to really put these songs out, and just so it's just the songwriting. What do you think is the more challenging thing about a song? Is it just the songwriting, or just being in the studio and recording? What do you think is the more challenging part as far as putting a
Um,
song out?
so I think the hardest part for me is all of it, because once I like to, because there's nothing new. In my opinion, there's just nothing new that's never been said, but how can I say it in a way that's unique and, still interprets that makes sense? And then I want the music to, to have this marriage with the lyrics. I feel like that it all has to marry and kind of work together to bring you to this emotional place um, that makes it all make sense. And then when I'm in the studio, it's been me singing it, and I'm super critical with my vocals, and I'm just never happy with it. So it's just something that I I get frustrated and then I take it and I live with it and I think about it. Then I go back in and I'm like, okay, let's re-record, or let's tone this part down. Let's pull up this thing. And I speak a lot in pictures. So I know it drives everyone else nuts because I'm like, but I want the feeling of da 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 da. And they're like, but what are you? And I don't read music either. So I'll play it and I'm like, I don't know what I'm playing, but here, y'all just figure it out.
Yes.
So I'm sure it's just as frustrating for everyone else.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Of course, I'm joined with Josie Music Award nominee Jennifer Emard. She's up for pop vocalist for the Josie Music Awards, which take place in October at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, the music city of the capital, at least here in America. So if you make plans to make it to Nashville, go check it out and cheer for your favorite artists that are nominated this year. So it's, as I already said, it's one of the most prestigious award shows for independent musicians like Jennifer. So all the info is out there, josiemusicawards.com, as far as location and ticket prices and all that stuff. So plan accordingly. It's coming in October. I'll put it that way. So Nashville Entertainment Records. You are represented by them. So obviously, just getting the word out on your music. Obviously, fans getting spreading the word is cool, but having Jill and help out with you and your music and others, that has to be very encouraging, because somebody's invest in you as an artist. People that believes in your music. So what's it been like being with Jill and Nashville Entertainment?
Oh, yeah, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. So supportive. And I've been doing this a long time. And I think I started doing this when I was about 12 years old. And so I've met a lot of people. I've worked with a lot of people and met great people and met crappy people. And they are definitely just, they're not just good at what they do. They're just good. They're just good people, which is really great. It makes it so pleasant and so easy to work with.
Absolutely. And they make themselves helpful. I'll be on Facebook every day. I mean, you get the good posts, the bad posts, and then I see Nashville Entertainment in the middle promoting their artists. They promoting everybody. Like if your music is being heard on a certain station, they're gonna promote that. If you got an upcoming interview, they're going to promote that. If you're doing an upcoming show, they're going to promote that. Anything they can to be a helping hand to their clients like yourself, they got you covered. Their track record speaks for itself. Very, very good people. Shout out to Jill and TJ. You can check out Jennifer's website, jenniferemard.com. All the social media sites is on there, and Memories Don't Burn. You can purchase the song. It's on all the platforms. Jennifer, great having you back on the show. Again, congrats on your nomination, and I will be cheering you on from spirit, from long distance, of course. I'll be glued to the internets and seeing the list of winners and so forth. But just being nominated, that's overall that's a blessing.
Oh yeah, it's an honor. I mean, everybody's good. So just to be included among everybody is just such an honor. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you. Great to have you back on the show, and I look forward to hearing new music from you. And I'm gonna say that I will be playing "Memories Don't Burn" down the road. I've already played the song before you called in, so that's gonna get played a lot more in my rotation. I don't know about other people's shows, but I'm just speaking for my show. Your song gonna be heard on my shows. So just thought I'd let you know about
Thank
that.
you. Oh, that's amazing. Thanks.